My beloved ones, my name is Algimantas. When I was presenting you my teaching last time, I was speaking about Creator's providence. And I mentioned that even humans might be also used as members of Creator's providence once they render some assistance to those who are in a sincere search for Creator. So in this case, I desire to give you a certain presentation on one person who is being watched on YouTube by 1 billion our brethren. I mean Dynamo. Dynamo is a British man who is performing different tricks. And these tricks are considered by some of religious fanatics that this person is serving evil forces, serving Satan, or he's even assisted by some demons. That's why today I do desire to expand your outlook, to expand the context in which Dynamo is operating. Because whatever he is doing, people see only the result, the consequence. They do not manage to see the very process when he is materializing different objects. They come to see only the object itself after it's turning its material form, turning into a material form of energy. So this person is being used by Creator himself as his son, a full-fledged member of Creator's providence. He is meaning well by performing these tricks. By tricks, I mean not only materialization of different objects, but also his own, say, movements that surpass all physical laws. They transcend physical laws, and humans see him levitate in the air, and they cannot deny this phenomenon. Dynamo is in the air by the huge statue to Jesus Christ in Rio, in Brazil. And plenty of people become witnesses of this very phenomenon. They witness just how he is rising in front of the statue of Jesus Christ. Or he is rising by the spikes of a huge construction in some city. And people are watching on the street how Dynamo is hovering in the air at the height, I don't know how many meters above the surface of the earth, maybe some 50, 70 meters above the surface. They cannot deny this phenomenon, but they have no chance of explaining the cause of his ability to lift himself that high. And there is no bad intention in his act. On the contrary, He's explaining that he wants people to see the so-called miracles, to see and enjoy them like little kids used to enjoy any act that they didn't manage to explain the cause of that act, but they were glad to see it, be it a puppet theater, be it a fairy tale performance in some drama theater. They were satisfied with the performance. So Dynamo is claiming, I do desire to soften people's hearts, to fill them up with love. Therefore, he wants that grown-ups, while watching his performance, which is usually happening on the street among pedestrians, so that they would become like little kids and enjoy the moment, enjoy the process. And I would add in this case, to expand the scope of their thinking, how it is possible that all this phenomenon is developing in front of their eyes, while this is definitely transforming all the physical forces, surpassing all physical laws. Nevertheless, this phenomenon is being witnessed by people's eyes, material eyesight. And this is what is possible to do with the power of Creator himself. There are personalities invisible to our material eyesight, and they are called midwares. Midwares because they are placed in between lowest spiritual beings like angels and us mortals, still having this material human body. So in between these two levels, midwares are inhabiting our planet since many scores of thousands years ago, and they are still operating on our planet, remaining invisible, and not a single midware experienced the so-called death. They are performing their own function as members of the Providence, assisting humans, especially in different critical situations. So midwares can operate different material objects. They can affect them, like even moving them from one place to another, throwing them from one place to another, remaining invisible themselves. That's why for human eyes, it's like a miracle. All of a sudden, a piece of furniture might be flying in the air without seeing that. Who is throwing this piece of furniture into the air? And of course, they consider it's either a miracle or an operation of a demon. Actually, neither of the two. A miracle is only defined by a human mind, which is very limited, the way it is embracing reality, embracing energy. That's why a human mind can never explain the causes of different things when we see the result without seeing the process. Even while Jesus 2,000 years ago turned water into top quality wine during the wedding in Cana, that was not a miracle, even though water turned into wine instantly. But the very process of picking up grapes, just cleaning them, just using for fermentation and crushing them, fermenting them, turning into a wine, distilling wine, and then filling the vessels, huge 6 vessels made of stone, where Jews were keeping water for watering and using this water for their own daily needs. So this water all of a sudden turned into the vessels full of wine. So the very process was just following one stage after another. But time phenomenon was eliminated. That's why physical laws were not violated, were not broken. But all these developments were instantaneous because the time phenomenon has been removed, eliminated from the process. So this is not a miracle. It's a time lapse, and the process is instantaneous. There are also physical controllers who are invisible to our eyes, and they're also members of Creator's Providence, and energy directors, also invisible to our material eyesight. So they are in control at a certain level of energy, being invisible to us. And while they operate energy, turning them into a visible object. So this is what Dynamo is achieving. He is only showing the result that has been achieved by these invisible personalities, our brethren. But Dynamo is being used by Creator as a visible to our eyes human being who is performing his own mission that has been given to him by Creator himself and given to enlighten people just to make them feel happy and expand their scope of thinking, that all these things are not the manifestation of demonic forces, demonic powers, but by Creator's love, just to show that reality is much more sophisticated and much more complex than what we see around us, and what is being, in a way, defined as physical laws. They might be surpassed once we are in the flow of Creator's leading, once we lean upon this leading. And Dynamo is all in this trend, 100% in the trend of Creator's leading, given to him personally. And that's why he's performing his own personal mission. And each of us also are given a certain mission by Creator in this life, on this planet. But we are given as humanity, as the humanity on this planet, Creator's destiny for the whole of this planet. And that means that each person as a human being, shares the same destiny bestowed by Creator upon the whole of the planet. And our planet is bestowed with the destiny to reach Creator Himself on His dwelling abode, which is called Paradise, and which is a geographical center of the whole of creation. So we are given a certain mission on this planet, just to have faith in Creator and do good deeds to our brethren for the benefit of all. So this is the first mission to each of us, to lead our lives on this planet in faith, performing good deeds the way Creator is leading each of us from within, as He has bestowed His own fragment, which is called a thought adjuster. And this fragment is dwelling our mind and operating within our mind when we are asleep, when our consciousness is disconnected. So He is operating in our subconsciousness, passing different good ideas, so that in the morning we might feel invigorated after a sound sleep at night, and we know some solution to a grave problem that we were unable to solve just last night. Now we see a clear solution, and we make a decision to solve the problem. So this is a personal challenge, not an escape from any of the problems, any of difficult issues, but to take these issues as our challenges and be brave, courageous, bold in dealing with them, feeling Creator's leading from within. After we discover Creator Himself within us, and Dynamo is operating this way to arouse our curiosity in reality and even within us, that we are something more sophisticated than this visible human flesh, this human material body, that we are spiritual beings within this body. That's why we can feel love, we can feel mercy, we can feel justice. And in a similar way, we can feel injustice and evil and abhor at evil and embrace with love any goodness, beauty, manifestation on the part of any of our brethren and ourselves. We enjoy doing good deeds. We feel within satisfaction. This is a reward by Creator Himself, just to feel a pleasant state of mind, of our consciousness, after we do some good deed to anyone. We feel pleasure within our heart. And this is already budding and awakening of our personality, bestowed by Creator. And personality is a spiritual being, and it is eternal, since this is a gift by Creator, who is the source and center of eternity. That's why our personality enjoys all the qualities of Creator's character. That is, we are filled up with Creator's love, mercy, goodness, beauty, justice, truth. All these qualities are within personality and even inherent. We cannot separate them from our personality. Only they are covered by huge and many layers of fear, scare. That's why we have to clean our subconsciousness of all these pollutants. And this is what Dynamo is helping us do. All this cleaning job within our heart. And Dynamo has never been possessed or obsessed by any demons, because demons do not exist in reality anymore. There were moments during the times of Jesus, that is 2,000 years ago, when a weaker human mind might be affected by the so-called evil forces that were named as demons by the people who inhabited our planet at that time. And those invisible evil forces actually were these very same midwares I mentioned at the beginning of my teaching. They were affecting human mind in a sort of a game for their own level of understanding, for their own mind level. They were playing with humans this way. But in this case, I should just give you a little bit more of the cause why they were behaving this way. Because part of midwayers decided just to join our former spiritual leader of our planet, Caligastia, who joined Lucifer and Satan's revolt against the Father. And these who joined this revolt were acting against the Father's will, even by affecting human mind. So at that time, this sort of behavior on the part of midwayers was named by humans as possession by evil spirits, by demons, which in reality had never existed, because there is no one, no personality who might be created as an evil spirit, as an evil force, as a demon. But once every personality has his own free will and his own mind, so every mind is different. Every personality has a different experience, and some have deeper faith in Creator, while others just more shallow. And one's faith is very shallow. They might even revolt. They might even revolt against Creator. So in this case, they might do a lot of bad deeds, but nevertheless, they had never been created as evil personalities. So that's why, coming back to our issue, Dynamo has never been possessed by any demon, by any evil force, by any evil spirit. because such spirits stopped, well, in reality, they have never existed, but those personalities which revolted against Creator after the mission of Jesus on our planet. So these invisible midware creatures have been taken together into an organized unit, and since that time they are operating under the leadership of Melchizedek, Melchizedek, who is the leader of our planet's spiritual government. Therefore, no evil effect can be experienced now by any of our brethren. And Dynamo has never experienced any evil effect on any part. He is performing his mission that has been given by Creator himself. And that's why I do enjoy his operation on our planet. And I consider that humans should watch his performances on the street, in some closed areas, in different coffee shops, or at school, or whatever might be the venue for his operation. So watch him, enjoy his performance, and love this person with Creator's love, like I love him. And I do wish him all the best, that his ability would even increase, and that he would shine as a full-fledged member of Creator's Providence, giving light to us, so that we would also enjoy his performance with love and feel our common and true living relationship, mutual relationship. Therefore, I do recommend you watching his performances posted on YouTube, and you are full of love once you begin to see beyond his actions and feel that he's being assisted by Creator himself, the Paradise Trinity, I am. Like I am also assisted by him, by Creator, to give you my teachings, to expand your knowledge on Creator and on yourselves and on reality. Therefore, I do desire that you would expand your outlook on Dynamo as well. Receive him in Creator's love, embrace him, and enjoy his just performances.